Dream big, but start small. This is where true success begins. When you have a large vision or goal, it can be inspiring and energizing, but it can also feel overwhelming. The path from where you are to where you want to be can look enormous, almost impossible to conquer. That's why starting small is crucial. In education, this approach is especially powerful. Think of a student who wants to excel in mathematics, for example. The dream is clear to achieve high scores, perhaps to master calculus, or even pursue mathematics as a career. But starting with the end goal in mind can make it daunting. Instead, the journey begins with small, achievable steps. Instead of trying to tackle complex equations right away, a student should focus on mastering basic arithmetic, then advance to algebra, gradually building up to more challenging topics. By focusing on smaller, manageable tasks, the learner gains confidence and a sense of accomplishment. Each small success becomes a building block for the next step. This principle of starting small is equally effective in personal development. Let's say you have a vision to become a skilled public speaker. If you try to jump straight to delivering a keynote in front of a large audience, you're likely setting yourself up for frustration. Instead, start by speaking in small groups, perhaps just with friends or family. Practicing in front of people you know helps build the foundational skills of public speaking, like projecting your voice, organizing your thoughts, and handling nerves. Over time, as you build confidence, you'll find yourself ready for bigger audiences. By starting small, you're also setting up a framework for continuous learning and growth. When you focus on incremental progress, every small step forward strengthens your foundation. You're not rushing through concepts or trying to jump too far ahead. You're building a solid base that will support the bigger achievements you have in mind. Starting small also creates a habit of consistency, which is essential for long-term success. When you focus on manageable goals, you're more likely to follow through because they feel achievable. With consistency, you develop resilience and patience, two qualities that are invaluable on the path to success. Focus on progress, not perfection. In education and personal growth, this principle is foundational. Many students and learners set their sights on perfection, aiming for flawless performance in every task, assignment, or exam. However, this pursuit of perfection can often become a stumbling block. When the goal is set unrealistically high, every small error or misstep feels like a failure, creating anxiety and a fear of trying again. Focusing on progress, on the other hand, emphasizes improvement over time and nurtures a mindset of growth and resilience. In the classroom, focusing on progress means recognizing that learning is a process. Take, for example, learning a new language. If a student expects to master fluency quickly, the slightest mistake in pronunciation or grammar may feel like a setback. But by setting realistic, incremental goals like learning 10 new words a week or practicing short conversations, the student can steadily improve without feeling defeated by the inevitable mistakes along the way. Progress-focused learning breaks down complex skills into smaller, achievable steps, making the journey not only more manageable but also more enjoyable. When teachers encourage students to focus on improvement, they foster a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through hard work and dedication. Students with this mindset are more likely to see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than as threats to their self-esteem. A learner with a growth mindset might approach a difficult math problem with curiosity, viewing it as a chance to develop problem-solving skills. Each attempt, whether it results in the correct answer or not, provides insights that refine their understanding and bring them closer to mastery. In practical terms, focusing on progress requires setting up measurable, achievable goals that emphasize improvement over time. For instance, a student learning to write essays might initially set a goal to structure a simple 5-paragraph piece. Once they achieve this, they can aim to develop stronger arguments, then work on expanding their vocabulary or refining grammar. This approach not only builds confidence but also lays down a solid foundation for more advanced skills. Progress can be tracked through regular feedback. allowing students to see tangible improvements in their work. This constant feedback loop motivates students to push further, knowing that each small gain is a step toward their ultimate goal. In the long run, focusing on progress also builds resilience. The journey to mastery in any field will include setbacks and challenges. But by measuring success in terms of gradual improvement, students learn to be patient with themselves. They understand that skills are built over time, that every step forward counts, and that they don't have to be perfect to be successful. This mindset, grounded in progress, not perfection, empowers them to tackle even the toughest challenges with determination and a willingness to keep growing. Embrace the setbacks. In an educational context, setbacks are not obstacles but essential parts of the learning process. Many students and learners feel discouraged when they face challenges, seeing them as signs of failure or inadequacy. However, setbacks are powerful teachers. When we learn to embrace them, we shift our perspective to see mistakes as opportunities for growth rather than as roadblocks to success. Consider a science student conducting experiments. If every trial produced flawless results, there would be little room to analyze, question, or innovate. However, when an experiment doesn't go as planned, it offers the chance to investigate why. Perhaps the student miscalculated a measurement or misunderstood a procedure. By examining the outcome, they gain a deeper understanding of the process, learning both the concepts and the importance of precision. Setbacks, in this way, encourage a more profound engagement with the material, turning theoretical knowledge into practical, applicable skills. In subjects like mathematics, setbacks are even more vital. When a student struggles with a problem, it pushes them to think critically, reevaluate their approach, and perhaps try new problem-solving strategies. This repeated trial and error builds mental resilience, patience, and creativity. Each mistake highlights a gap in understanding that, once addressed, brings the student closer to mastery. With each challenge, they're not only learning the material but also strengthening their cognitive abilities, building a mindset that can navigate complex issues. Educators play a crucial role in helping students see the value of setbacks. By creating an environment that encourages risk-taking and learning from mistakes, teachers help students realize that errors are not something to fear. When a teacher gives constructive feedback instead of simply marking an answer wrong, it sends the message that setbacks are part of growth. This feedback-oriented approach helps students become comfortable with failure, making them more willing to take on difficult tasks, knowing that they have a support system to help them learn from each attempt. Embracing setbacks also fosters independence. When students see that they can learn and grow from their mistakes, they gain confidence in their ability to problem solve without relying solely on external validation. This confidence is especially valuable in real-world applications, where setbacks are inevitable. When students are equipped to face these challenges head-on, they develop the critical thinking skills and resilience needed to succeed in any field. In the long term, embracing setbacks prepares students for lifelong learning. The understanding that growth involves failures and that every setback is a setup for a comeback transforms their relationship with learning. They learn to appreciate the journey, recognizing that setbacks provide insights and skills that make their eventual success not only possible but deeply meaningful. This shift in mindset enables students to approach both academic and personal challenges with a sense of curiosity, perseverance, and an unshakable belief in their ability to overcome obstacles. Discipline over motivation. This principle is transformative in education, where the consistency of effort often outpaces bursts of inspiration. Many students wait for motivation to strike before tackling difficult assignments or studying for exams, but motivation is fleeting. Discipline, on the other hand, is built on structure, routines, and the will to keep moving forward, even on days when motivation is absent. Consider a student learning a musical instrument. In the beginning, they may feel highly motivated, excited by the novelty of learning a new skill. But over time, as the pieces become more complex and the practice sessions longer, motivation alone isn't enough. It's the discipline of practicing every day, even when enthusiasm wanes, that enables the student to improve. This daily commitment, rather than any singular moment of inspiration, builds the muscle memory, finger dexterity, and musical fluency required to excel. In this way, discipline transforms an initial spark of motivation into long-lasting progress. Academic success also relies heavily on discipline. For instance, a student preparing for a major exam may feel inspired to study intensely for a few days. However, cramming rarely leads to deep learning or long-term retention. A disciplined approach, where the student sets a study schedule, breaks down topics into manageable sections, and reviews material consistently over weeks or months, is far more effective. Through daily focused study sessions, the student gradually internalizes the material, ensuring they understand and remember it when exam day arrives. Here, discipline creates a foundation of knowledge that far outlasts any temporary burst of motivation. Teachers can foster discipline by encouraging students to set and stick to routines. By introducing structured, predictable schedules like weekly quizzes, regular homework, and dedicated time for self-study, educators help students develop habits that support their learning goals. When students follow a routine, they learn to rely less on fluctuating levels of motivation and more on the stability of consistent effort. Over time, these habits strengthen, and students start to take ownership of their learning, realizing that they have control over their progress through their actions. Discipline also teaches students the value of delayed gratification. Many educational goals, such as earning a degree or mastering a subject, require sustained effort over long periods. Students who prioritize discipline learn to focus on the long-term rewards rather than the immediate gratification of finishing something quickly. This mindset is invaluable in education, where true mastery often comes only after extensive, repeated practice. For example, a student aiming to become a proficient writer might commit to writing daily. Each session, whether it yields a perfect essay or not, adds to their skills, gradually improving their clarity, style, and command of language. Over time, the discipline of daily practice brings them closer to their goal, even when immediate progress isn't visible. Ultimately, discipline empowers students to become self-motivated learners. Instead of relying on fleeting bursts of inspiration, they develop the internal structure to pursue their goals steadily, regardless of external circumstances. This self-discipline becomes an invaluable life skill, equipping them to succeed in education and beyond, where consistency, perseverance, and dedication are key to achieving any goal. In the end, discipline isn't just about meeting today's goals. It's about building the habits and resilience needed to reach every goal that lies ahead. Surround yourself with positivity. In an educational setting, the environment and the people you interact with have a profound influence on your mindset, performance, and resilience. Positive surroundings, whether that's supportive peers, encouraging teachers, or a motivating home environment, create a foundation that nurtures growth, curiosity, and confidence. This principle underscores the importance of building a network of people and experiences that uplift and inspire you to reach higher. In school, peer influence is significant. Students who are surrounded by positive-driven classmates are more likely to feel motivated and engaged. If a student consistently collaborates with peers who are diligent, curious, and encouraging, they're more likely to adopt similar behaviors. For instance, in a study group, when students discuss topics together, share resources, and offer each other support, each member benefits. They're not only learning the material more deeply, but also building a sense of community that fosters motivation and persistence. These positive relationships reinforce a belief that challenges can be overcome collectively, reducing the stress and isolation that can sometimes accompany difficult tasks. Teachers play a vital role in creating a positive learning environment. A teacher who is encouraging and believes in their students' potential helps build confidence and resilience. When educators provide constructive feedback, recognize progress, and celebrate small successes, students feel valued and understood. This support nurtures a growth mindset, where students learn to see challenges as opportunities rather than threats. For example, a teacher who regularly acknowledges the effort a student puts into math, rather than just their final score, fosters a mindset that values learning over mere performance. Over time, this type of encouragement teaches students to persist and feel empowered, even when faced with difficult topics. Positivity also extends to the educational resources and routines a student chooses. Surrounding oneself with inspiring books, setting up a study space that's free from distractions, or following a routine that includes time for mental breaks, all of these contribute to a positive educational experience. A well-organized, comfortable study area, for example, can make studying more enjoyable and reduce stress. This physical environment, paired with positive mental habits like self-encouragement and celebrating small victories, helps create a routine that fuels motivation and keeps students focused on their goals. Family and mentors can also be sources of positivity that greatly impact educational success. Parents and guardians who take an interest in their child's learning journey, who ask questions, offer praise, and provide resources reinforce the idea that learning is valuable and supported. Mentors, too, can inspire students by sharing their own experiences and encouraging resilience and hard work. For instance, a mentor who shares stories of overcoming challenges in their career can inspire a student to persist despite setbacks. This guidance reinforces the understanding that growth is a journey and that the support of those around you can help you navigate it successfully. Surrounding oneself with positivity builds resilience and a strong sense of self-worth. In education, this means that when a student faces academic or personal challenges, they have a network of positive influences reminding them of their potential and supporting their journey. Over time, this encouragement builds internal resilience, enabling them to motivate themselves and face difficulties with confidence. Through the power of positive environment, students not only achieve academically, but also develop a mindset that empowers them to keep growing and striving long after they leave the classroom. Stay humble and hungry. In the context of education, this principle is fundamental to sustaining growth and achieving long-term success. Being humble means recognizing that no matter how much you know, there is always more to learn. It involves acknowledging that skills can always be refined, perspectives broadened, and knowledge deepened. Staying hungry, on the other hand, means maintaining a passion and curiosity that drives you to explore new ideas and tackle new challenges. Together, humility and hunger create a mindset that continuously fuels learning and self-improvement. In classrooms, humility is essential for active learning. Students who are open to feedback, who are willing to admit when they don't understand something, are those who make the most progress. Humility allows students to ask questions freely, seek help, and learn from mistakes without feeling defensive. For example, a student who struggles with a complex math problem, but is willing to seek help, review their errors, and try again, is likely to improve more than a student who avoids admitting they need assistance. Humble students are not afraid to say, "I don't know this yet," understanding that learning is a journey, and every gap in understanding is an opportunity for growth. Staying hungry for knowledge means actively seeking out new learning opportunities, even beyond what is required. Students with this mindset don't just settle for passing grades. They aim to truly understand the material, often going above and beyond to explore related topics or ask deeper questions. For instance, a student who is passionate about history may go beyond the textbook, reading additional articles, watching documentaries, or even visiting museums to immerse themselves in the subject. This thirst for knowledge transforms learning from a task into a journey of discovery, making the educational experience more engaging and fulfilling. Teachers and mentors can help foster this combination of humility and hunger by setting challenging goals and creating an environment that celebrates curiosity and perseverance. Educators who emphasize the importance of lifelong learning show students that education doesn't end when a course or semester does. It's an ongoing process. For example, a science teacher who encourages students to conduct independent experiments or explore scientific literature inspires them to remain curious and take ownership of their education. Such encouragement instills the idea that learning is not just a phase but a continuous pursuit. Staying humble and hungry also helps students develop resilience. When setbacks occur, a humble student accepts that there is something to learn from the experience, and a hungry student is eager to try again. Together, these traits foster a sense of purpose and determination. If a student performs poorly on a test, a humble approach helps them view this as a temporary hurdle while a hungry mindset motivates them to study harder and tackle the subject from new angles. This resilience not only improves academic performance, but also builds a mindset equipped to handle challenges beyond school. In collaborative learning, humility and hunger are equally valuable. Group projects or discussions benefit from students who are humble enough to listen to others' viewpoints and hungry enough to contribute their own ideas. When a student is open to learning from peers and willing to share insights, the group's collective understanding grows. For example, a group working on a research project will thrive if each member approaches the task with humility, respecting others' contributions, and hunger, bringing their best ideas forward. This dynamic creates a productive, enriching learning experience that benefits everyone involved. Ultimately, the combination of humility and hunger empowers students to become lifelong learners. By remaining open to growth and driven by curiosity, they carry the mindset of education into every part of their lives. In a rapidly changing world where knowledge and skills must be constantly updated, staying humble and hungry enables students to adapt, grow, and thrive in whatever field they choose. This approach not only prepares them for academic success, but also equips them with the skills and attitude to continue learning, evolving, and excelling long after they leave the classroom.